Good morning, seventh graders. I hope that you have had some time to write in your planner and do what you're supposed to get ready for the day. We have been talking about developmental assets in the last couple days, and today is kind of a day to get to know the developmental assets a little bit better. I have this cool board game that you get to play today, but there are some things you need to know before you play. The board game looks like this, okay? It's essentially like the game of life, if you've ever played that before. There are question cards and game cards, and then you have pawns, and you try to make your way through to the hidden treasure of assets, okay? When you come to, or when you pick, when it's your turn, you're going to pick a game card, okay? And then on that game card, it's going to say something on the card. So this one is talking about asset number 6, parent involvement in schooling, okay? So it says your dad called your teachers to find out why they thought your, I'm trying to read backwards, thought your mid-quarter grades were worse than expected. So move ahead too. So this one's kind of confusing because if you didn't do so well on your grades, why do you move ahead? But it's because your parents care. They're trying to help you, and they're trying to be involved in your schooling. So you move ahead too. Then I want you to just write this statement, the parents' involvement in schooling, in your notebook. So you're only writing your own cards in your notebook, and just the asset statement. You don't have to write the whole card because that would get really long, okay? Sometimes you'll land on a question mark on the map. So whenever you land whenever you land there, that's your last move. Then you pick a question. So name something that you've done that really makes you proud. So then you do that. And then you can write down these: self-esteem, sense of purpose, and positive view of personal future. Those are the assets. That's what we're studying. Those are things that you're going to have to come up with in the future. Okay? Now, in the game of life, there are some things, some cards where not so great things happen, when you make not so good decisions. Okay? So, for example, sometimes we make a poor decision when it comes to peer pressure, and maybe we decide to try alcohol or tobacco or another kind of drug, and that results in an addiction. Okay, so this is a little smoker chip, so you'll trade in your pawn for a smoker chip. Okay, or this guy is a little he's kind of tipsy. Okay, he's on his side. And you'll trade your pawn in for this person who is addicted to alcohol. Okay. We also sometimes can make poor decisions regarding sexual activity. Okay, and that can result in the mothering or fathering of a child. And so you will spend the rest of the game with a little pawn. Okay. A little baby pawn, because that is one result of sexual activity. So if you have one of these altered pawns, you can only move forward half as many spaces in the future. Okay, so if your next game card says move ahead 4, you're only moving ahead 2 if you have an altered pawn. Okay, now we want to be respectful about those altered pawns. No one in the game is choosing to do that. It's just a matter of the game. Okay, we want to be careful about making fun of people for their pawn status. Okay, it's fun to play, but just make sure that we're keeping everybody else in mind. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and number around the room from 1 to 6. I have 6 games, and then break up into groups, and you'll have the rest of the day to play this game. Remember to write in your notebook whenever it's your turn. Write that asset that the card is talking about, and start to think about all of the 40 different assets and what they can do in your life. Okay, have a fun day.